Hi guys, and welcome to Doug Shoe Bushcraft. Thanks for tuning in. Today's topic is an emergency shelter, and it's an insulated shelter, so you can also set it up like a sleep system. This configuration, how I have it, 2 pounds 12 ounces. So this is a complete cave overhang. It's dry here, it's dry further back in. However, there are different reasons why caves aren't the ideal shelter. One is it's not clean. Like I said, I can go back further in. I haven't, because back there, that brown that you see, it's all porcupine droppings. I could clean that out. Takes effort though. Same effort I could build a shelter where there aren't droppings. But also it's an overhang because of a natural process of rocks weathering and then tumbling down the cliff. So there's a huge boulder right here that's kind of at an angle, precarious angle. I don't know if that's 20 tons or how many tons that is. But at what point, what time is that going to decide to roll down the cliff? I don't know. I'm experienced with these sort of things, so I can look and get some clues, but nobody knows the day and the hour when that's going to let go and go down the hill. And anyone here, well, it wouldn't be a good day. So it's good to bring your shelter. That's our topic today. Okay, welcome to my humble abode, which is just a camouflage tarp from Harbor Freight that I hung up quickly because it's raining. And it's just me out here, guys. I don't have a camera crew, I don't have fancy equipment, and I don't want to keep drowning my camera. So here's the system. It's Huncho Woobie or Poncho liner, insulated Poncho liner. I'll put the link in the description. It's available on Amazon. If I remember right, it's around 35 bucks. And I'm pairing that with an Arcturus poncho. Again, I'll put the link in there, about 20 bucks. Poncho does make their own poncho, but it's more expensive. Maybe I'll buy that later, but you know me, I'm cheap. So I'm pairing it with the Huncho poncho liner, and I was impressed at the stuff sack they give you, the compression sack. I rolled up the poncho and the poncho liner together and it fits in the sack, so that's a big plus. Thumbs up for that. And it is a compression sack. You can pull these straps down and compress it into more of a ball, make it smaller. I usually don't do that because it compresses down your insulation. If there was some reason where I had to make a room in my pack, then I would. So I'll show you the system. So we got fog, drizzle, rain, wind. Just wearing this M65 jacket that's kind of water resistant, maybe not by today's standards, but kind of water resistant. I got a t-shirt and it's a normal baseball cap. So in a drizzle and actual rain, I'm going to want something waterproof. So I have this Arcturus poncho, and under that the Woobie. So they call the military Woobie a poncho liner, but it doesn't come with a head hole. A lot of people cut a hole in them, but they don't have a hood. Thing about the Huncho Woobie, comes with a hood. How cool is that? Okay, I'll just note that this isn't a sponsored link. They're not paying me. I didn't even get any products for free. The Arcturus ponchos I've tested out for years. This Huncho Woobie just came today, so put that into account. The Arcturus ponchos I can recommend. This is more or less a first impression of the poncho liner. And I'll put links in the description. I've been doing this kind of thing for years. As I showed this system with a poncho liner under a poncho. A few years ago I had a PVC poncho, and I just had like a polyester blanket that I cut a head hole in. But the Woobies are better because a blanket is one thing, but these are a thin nylon weave, so it's ripstop, it's tear resistant, very light. But then it has a polyester fill, so it's surprisingly warm. I've heard people describe it as almost a miracle how warm they are for the weight. So this Huncho Woobie is 2 pounds. The Arcturus poncho is 11 ounces. So 2 pounds, 11 ounces. Then the carry sack is about an ounce. So for 2 pounds, 12 ounces, a little bit less, you get a sleep system. So with the hood is awesome. So now I could just lean up against a tree, and again what went over last week was a wood seat, a little piece of insulation that you bring with you. So when you're sitting on the ground, you're sitting on some insulation, you're not getting wet. I'm not going to go over that again today. Again, I'm under the tarp because I don't want to drown the camera. It's one thing, me being out in the elements. Apparently camera's not as tough as me. So as far as safety, survival, we all want to survive, at least I would hope so. And this winter I talked about the dangers of cold weather, like Arctic type weather. But now it's spring, and a lot of people think, oh, it's warm now. It's 50 or 60 during the day here in New Hampshire. Someone goes hiking. Well, tonight I think it's going to be in the 30s. So I think it's in the 50s now. Someone goes out, let's say they get lost, they get wet. You know, you don't have a poncho with you or something impermeable, gonna get wet. Then it drops down in the 30s. That can be it. A lot of people wouldn't survive that first night. So it's time to think about these things, and you know, spring weather is still dangerous, at least here in New Hampshire and the White Mountains. But an insulated poncho makes a world of difference. And the traditional Woobies, if you don't cut a head hole in it, you can wrap it around your shoulders. A lot of people cut the head hole, but this one with the hood, a lot better, in my opinion. And then the Woobie comes with strings, so you can tie it to your poncho. So if you get the one from Huncho, I believe the strings would line up with the grommets on their ponchos. I don't know for sure because I don't have one. With the Arcturus ponchos, I recommend them. I really like them. However, one negative thing I could say is that they just have the grommets on the four corners. So in order to attach this to my poncho liner, I put in extra grommets. And I found out that the Arcturus poncho is basically the same width as this poncho liner, the Huncho poncho liner, the same width, and that the Arcturus poncho is significantly longer, which is good. I don't want it to be shorter because then the fabric poncho is getting wet. I think this has a tiny bit of water resistance to it because it looks satiny. However, would be getting soaked. So if anything, I'd want the poncho to be longer than the liner, which it is. So I added 6 grommets to make the Arcturus poncho compatible with a Huncho liner. And to do that, I used this grommet tool from Pittsburgh. It's cheap, but I would recommend it for what it is, and the price point comes with a sample supply of rivets, more than enough for my little project here. I decided to go with the small rivets. I could have put in larger ones, like the size you have on your average tarp. But in the end, I decided to go with this, but your project, you do what you want to. Harbor Freight also sells that bigger set. If that's what you want. Another feature of the Huncho Woobie is it has a zipper so you can make it into a lightweight sleeping bag. Good night, everybody. More than big enough for me, of course. Not 6 foot tall, you know, just a little guy. But very generous size. I think anybody almost will be all set. It's on the thinner side. I mean, it does have polyester fill. Total weight's 2 pounds, but you know, a lot better than nothing. I brought the tarp in this case, so I'm using the Arcturus poncho as a ground sheet. Got this. I have little sections of sleeping pad under me. Not too bad a setup. Lot better than nothing. Travel light, freeze at night. That's what they say. There's a lot of truth to that. So it's not like I could carry this in cold weather, use it as a sleeping bag, expect to be comfortable. If I survived, it did its job. But then in warm weather, here in the summer in New Hampshire, this might be all I need. You're a different part of the world, you're from Florida or Central America someplace. Could be all you need year round, I don't know. Have to put your ideas, your experience in the comments. The poncho system does fit well over a backpack, we'll say that. And I'm heading out of the woods. Wish I could camp out. I can't tonight, there's reasons for that. I can't get into all the personal details. I will say that I don't have some sort of dreaded disease, or, you know, I'm going to be okay. It's mostly having to do with other people and other responsibilities. And while we're on the topic, I've been really trying to post a video and have it premiere every Thursday night. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. I think in the future, just videos will post when I'm able, and if I can get one out a week, that'll be great, or even more than that. But I think I'm going to have to step back from the regular schedule. So if you want to be notified, make sure to subscribe, and then there's a bell icon, and you click on the bell and you should be notified when a premiere is coming up. And also I'll use community posts and things like Facebook and other social media to keep you posted when the next premiere is coming. And it's just for now. I mean, there's different things that come up in life. There's different seasons and, you know, challenges. And I thank you for sticking with me, guys, for being friends and spending time with me here in the premieres. I'll see you again soon. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. Psalm 18:2.